Hi, everyone. I'm Steffi D.
And I'm Lisa H.
And welcome to Check-In from Away.
This week we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary.
Thanks for joining us. Hey, Lisa, guess what?
What?
Does this couch walk look familiar to you?
You know what? In fact, it quite does. Let me just go back to May 5th, 2020.
Uh-huh. I was wearing this exact dress. You were wearing that exact outfit. And guess what? They say it's a birthday. Da, 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 da. It's the first year anniversary of Check-In from Away, Lisa.
It's so exciting. It has been an incredible year. We've interviewed 120 guests. We've had over 50,000 views. We've had 17 dogs on the show.
I know. What else do you need, right? And also, today is a very special episode because we are having some of our favorite guests back on the show, and they, twist, are going to be asking us all the questions.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous because we've been quite savage at times on the episodes, and we told them, like, don't hold back. There's no rules, just go for it. So we have no idea what they're going to ask us or what they're going to say. So I'm excited, but really nervous.
Me too, Lisa. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Happy pandemic birthday party, Check-In from Away.
Hey, happy anniversary check-in from away, dear Lisa and Steffi. My name is James Call in the Toronto company. I play Nick and Doug and others, and I'm glad to be back with you all. I was in the very first episode a year ago, and I did the Who Let the Dogs Out with my co-star Harper, who's running around here somewhere. She may make a cameo. And then the holiday extravaganza.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Gurdeep Ahluwalia here from CP24 Breakfast. Nice to see you guys, but most notably, you know me from the Halloween episode of Check-In from Away, as well as version 1.0 of the Holiday Extravaganza and version 2.0 of the Holiday Extravaganza. So it's an honor to be back here for a fourth time.
Gurdeep, so happy to have you. And also, we have to say that, like, I think Check-In from Away is reaching legit standards because a real reporter is interviewing us in real life.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm super happy to be back on Check-In from Away for the third time. I've been on for 2 episodes. I was in the Matilda reunion and the Holiday Extravaganza, and I'm really excited to be back.
Hannah,
how does it feel like being one of our favorite guests ever on Check-In from Away?
Oh my goodness, I'm very honored.
Hey friends, AJ Brydell here. So happy to be back for the third time. I was in the Kinky Boots reunion special, and I was also in the Over the Rainbow reunion special. And I'm very happy to be making this my third appearance. Woohoo!
Would you rather have peanut butter fudge or Oz fudge?
What's Oz fudge? Oh,
What?
Oh, you've been away for a while, haven't you?
Best compliment you've ever received? Wow.
This is really hard. This is not a rapid fire.
This next one's for Lisa. What was the first concert that you ever attended?
Celine Dion at the Sudbury Arena.
Oh, I love Celine Dion.
Yes!
Name 3 of your favorite Canadian theater actors.
Steffi D, AJ Vidal, and James Cole.
Yeah!
Would you rather be Mozzie or Fausty? Mozzie or Fausty? These are Newfoundland words.
I don't know what they mean.
Mozzie or Fausty?
But I'm going to go with Fausty because it sounds like feisty.
Okay, and I'm going to go with Mozzie just because I want to be different from Steffi.
Okay, so Mozzie, Lisa, that means you're going to be damp and muggy. But Steffi, Fausty means you're going to be musty and off-smelling. So they're both kind of...
Lisa, what are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading a book called The Lady of Roses. It's historical fiction set in World War I. I'm obsessed with historical fiction books specifically about the World Wars. So it's a book in a series of that.
Oh,
Why did you look unsure when you said the title?
Because I don't think it's called, it might not be called The Lady of the Roses. It might be called The Rose Ladies. Like, I'm like, that's why I was unsure. I was like, it's one of those things, but whatever.
Off the top of your head, what do you remember as your most used emoji on your phone?
Oh, for sure, upside down smiley face.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I use that one a lot too.
You know what? It's good because it works for everything.
If you could rename yourself anything, what would it be?
That's so hard. Okay, this is gonna be crazy. Clementine or Cherry. Kind of like stripper names, I guess.
Wow. Cherry D.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Love that. I love Cherry.
I would love to hear what your favorite memory or experience of come from kindness is.
For Come From Kindness, we did 2 cabarets at the Lula Lounge to raise money for Daffodil Place. And Lisa and I, the second year that we did the cabaret, Lisa and I sang a duet together, and we did La Vie en Rose. And it was probably like one of the biggest highlights of Come From Kindness for me, just altogether, like doing the cabaret in general, but also getting to sing with Lisa and doing like this rock and roll version of La Vie en Rose was just like, that was probably my best memory.
The most thrilling thing about Come For Kindness with me was at the end of the first year, when the company had reached out and said, hey, can you just kind of tally together like the Come From Kindness things that you've done? You know, we just want to get an idea of what that's up. And I remember sitting at my computer and going through everything and putting in every event that we did, every dollar that we raised, and sharing with that. And after the first year, we had already raised nearly $500,000 for charity. And to speak to like the audiences that come see the show, to our community, to me, that first year of seeing that, I was like, it was a big moment of like, wow, one small idea has turned into this thing that is pretty huge.
When or where do you do your best thinking? When and where are you most inspired? Like where you have your most aha moments?
Anytime I've traveled and I've been on a beach or at the top of a mountain or like in a spot where I can see a lot of land, that's probably the time that I feel the most insignificant, but in a really good way, where I kind of like see that the world is so much bigger that like whatever goes on in here. You know, there's a saying, I'm going to screw it up. It's like, you are a speck of dust. The world was created for you. It's like both things can be true at the same time. And I feel like, wow, it's getting super freaking deep here on Checking From Away. But I feel like those are the moments where I feel exactly like that. I'm so small, but also this is all for me also.
What is the craziest thing you've ever had happen or witnessed on stage?
One of my first big musicals I ever did, which was The Sound of Music at the Princess of Wales Theatre. And at the end of the show, when they're, trying to evade the Nazis and they're at the concert, we had this like massive banner that rolled in from the top of the balcony all the way down to the auditorium. It was huge, and it would roll in over the whole audience head. And a couple times, so what would happen is it had to be like tight. The roll of it had to be tight enough so that it didn't like lapse down. It was just a piece of fabric, but it also had to be like malleable enough that it could roll all the way in. And there was one time where something snapped and it got loose. So instead of it rolling out, it just started rolling down, and people started screaming like as if they were getting like attacked by some vicious thing. But it was just like a thin piece of cloth. But it was like screaming, like you would think that the roof was caving in. So that was pretty funny afterwards, thinking about the reaction of how freaked out people were, literally for a piece of thin cloth.
If someone were to make a movie all about your life, who would you want to play yourself?
That's a really great question, and something I've never, ever, ever thought of ever in my entire life. Are they playing me as at my age, or are they playing me like when I'm older and dying?
I mean, it can be your choice. you could be like the director and have it like be like your entire life.
I mean, you know what? If we could go back in time, I would obviously get Liza Minnelli to play me. Like if she was her younger self, like I love her vibe, like obviously, and she's like a big musical theater gal. And I feel like it would be a musical. The movie would definitely be a musical. But that's if I could go back in time, which I can't. You know, the other thing is that I love Lady Gaga so much. I would like get Lady Gaga to play me, but I feel like maybe she'd play it too serious.
No, that's a good one. I love Lady Gaga too.
Yeah, she's such a great actress too, and she can like sing and whatever. And then the other one that comes to mind is like I would get Natalie Portman to play me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
What has been your favorite memory over the past year of co-hosting Check-In From Away?
Oh, so many. I mean, Check-In From Away has saved the pandemic for me. So like there's a big bow on that, you know, on that show. I would have to say that my favorite memory was our Summer in the City episode, because it was the episode where Steffi and I and our editor Tristan, we went out to some of our favorite places in Toronto. And it was kind of like one of the big first outings after the first wave of the pandemic. And we went to the distillery and we went to Cherry Beach and we like sang karaoke in the car and we went and had some food and drinks at the Paid It Lady. And so it was really fun to like take the show out that way. That's definitely my favorite memory. I really, really, really loved the holiday extravaganza, both those episodes. We raised over $1,500 for the AFC, and like having everybody share their gifts so selflessly and like just to say like, hey, yeah, of course I'll sing a song. Yeah, I'll do this. Like to me, it was really about community and spirit and how beautiful our entertainment and theater community is in Canada. So that was a real special episode for me as well.
Which role from your resume would you reprise for one well-rehearsed performance, and why?
Ooh, I love this question. You know, I didn't even have to think about it. I knew right away, like you were like, you get one shot at reprising one role. What would it be? I would say Sally Bowles in Cabaret. And you know, I did it at MTC in Winnipeg like years ago. But honestly, I don't think I've ever like connected to a character as much as I connected with her. And it was honestly, Lisa just made a face. She was like, really? I don't know what it is. I honestly felt like a kindred ship with like the way she's written and kind of, honestly, it's one of my favorite things I've ever done in my entire career. And I would do that like hands down, like no questions asked. That's it.
Draw me a picture of the best work day you could dream of. Give me the who, the what, the when, the where, and of course, why.
Okay. The best work day is probably a 2-show day on a Wednesday in the summer when it's really hot and warm and the show's a hit, the show's sold out, and people are coming, the street, let's say we're at the Royal Alex Theatre, the street is vibrating with so many people. So just walking to work, you feel like, oh, there's so many people here. Everyone's happy. Oh my gosh, we're going to do the show today. 2 sold out shows to like 3,000 people. That's going to be awesome. And I go to work, and of course I'm working with my mentor, John Gray. So him and I are a team, and we're doing the show. Actually, to me, what show are we doing? I would say probably a show like Heart of Robin Hood or Dirty Dancing, or if I had to pick like a make-believe show that I haven't worked on yet, like maybe it's like Jagged Little Pill. You know, I'm thinking Moulin Rouge, like the shows I want to do in the future. But definitely a show with like big cast, huge dance numbers, lots of beats, lots of sequences, lots of like sex and sweat and all that stuff. Like that's my favorite kind of show to work on. And yeah, so I get to work. I would, you know, be drinking my extra large coffee, probably having a little like, you know, egg bite from Starbucks. That's like my go-to morning food, pre-work, fuels me up. Get there, I call like a perfect show, like next level, like every single cue that I call hits the way like a golf club hits the ball perfectly. Like when you're golfing and you hear that noise and you're like, yes, I hit the ball perfectly. Every cue's like that. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I don't have to think about it. It's not hard. Nothing goes wrong. Everyone's in a good mood. no accidents. That's like, to me, a perfect work day.
Lisa, would you rather go another year without restaurants and bars being open, or go another year without a salon visit? Because I know you were just talking about that.
You know what? I'm going to say I would go another year without the salon visit, because as much as I miss like my manicures, getting my hair did, getting waxed, getting massages, I definitely miss putting in shifts at the bar, if you know what I mean.
Never be able to watch another musical live in person, or never be able to be in another musical.
Oh, this one's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, I would rather still be able to perform in a show than not see them.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be a tougher one for you because I know how much you love attending musicals.
I do love attending musicals very much, but like nothing beats like being in them.
Would you rather sit next to someone who is using their phone for an entire show, or sit next to someone who is unwrapping candy for an entire show?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with using their phone, I think. Just because, I mean, the visuals, the lights would be annoying, but the sound of the candy being unwrapped, I would go to jail. Like the police would come and arrest me for.
Would you rather be dressed every day by Kristen Peace for the rest of your life, or have Kristen Peace do your makeup every day for the rest of your life?
That's an excellent would you rather.
Right.
Also, it's really tough because I want Kiki to do both. Like, I want her to do my makeup. I want her to dress me.
As we all do.
Okay, but I will say I'm really good at doing one makeup look. So, like, maybe that's enough for the rest of my life. I would make Kiki probably dress me because she has honestly the best sense of style out of anyone I've ever met.
Lisa, would you rather have $3,000 to spend on a clothing shopping spree, and that's all, whatever you buy is all you can wear for the entire year, or the only clothes you can wear for the entire year are stuff you can pull from Steffi D's closet?
Wow.
It's a tough question because 3,000 is kind of like that amount where you're like, yeah, it's not bad, but it's also not a ton because clothing's expensive. It's a tricky one.
It is really tricky, but I will say that like Steffi and I do not have the same style at all.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple items of clothing in her closet that I'm like, oh, I would wear that. And I think Steffi's a great dresser. She always looks good, but like she makes choices that I would never make.
Would you rather spend 28 hours on a runway stuck on an airplane? Sounds familiar. Or spend 28 hours being screeched in over and over and over nonstop. 28 hours of screeching in. Or 28 hours on an airplane on a runway.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say for sure, I would rather be on a runway on a plane for 28 hours. For sure.
Would you rather have $1 million right now tax-free, or be able to fly anywhere in the world with 3 of your favorite people for a month, all expenses paid, no risk or COVID involved?
Ooh, that's a really hard one. I'm gonna go with the $1 million tax-free, only because if I had that money, then I could like throw a huge party. I could like have my own choices of like doing cool, like fun stuff like the travel thing. But it was really hard because I mean, does COVID still exist if I have the $1 million? Yeah, I'm gonna take the $1 million.
Would you rather have your voice crack in every single song of a performance, or forget a chunk of lines in every single scene of a performance?
Oh my gosh, that is
I personally, when I was coming up with these, like I could not answer this one.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go. My instinct was
Go
I'll
with your
take
gut.
the voice crack.
Okay,
You take the voice crack?
interesting
Yeah.
choice.
You
I
know what?
wouldn't. I know I'm not a performer, but I wouldn't. I would be like, I will forget the lines and just like make them up on the fly. Like I would not be able to handle the voice crack thing. I'd be like,
Me too. Yeah.
Lisa, let's be honest. Like, Check-in from Away every episode's like wrapped up in a beautiful bow. There's no errors. There's editing involved, et cetera, et cetera. But in the filming of this episode, we had a couple of flubs, right?
100%. And every episode has its own kind of organic way to it. But there's always jokes and funny things and stuff that happens that we just don't have enough time to include in the episode. But today, as a special birthday gift to our viewers, we're going to include a 1-minute reel of some of the most funny, uncensored moments of this episode.
Great. Enjoy. Say it's a birthday.
Well, it's my birthday too, yeah.
That. Could you try again?
Siri. She literally came on and I was like, what? I didn't say anything. Didn't say her name. Okay, let's do it again. I got this.
Okay, rolling.
Hey, what the is wrong with her? I didn't say Siri.
Would you rather spend 28 hours on a runway stuck on a plane, or spend 28 hours being screeched in over and over and over?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Can you start over?
I thought you were reacting to the question.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. It's funny. The whole time I was like, don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Don't
Stephanie
sneeze.
has done this a couple times in interviews, and she always has the most dramatic sneeze. Like I see it happen, and I'm like, it almost feels fake. Like she's like, I'm
I
trying to
know.
feel fake.
I know. I'm so sorry, James. Can you start over?
Sure, of course.
Hey.
Steffi.
Wait, am I performing in one show for the rest of my life?
You're in Come From Away purgatory forever.
You know what? I'll take it. I love Come From Away.
It is a
I'm
great show.
the oldest Janice that ever was. Can you sing "Stop
Okay.
the World" for James?
I don't have a voice. I'm not talented like you guys. I can't sing.
Well, you
Oh,
can do
I
that.
heard you do a great British accent.
I only do the first 3 words. Stop the world. And that's it.
Passive aggressiveness. We definitely back it up here at Check-in From Away. Instead of actually communicating your feelings, definitely just be passive aggressive.
Which is funny because usually I'm all about being aggressive. I'm like F passive aggressiveness, but in this case, I think I would be passive aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in a high-risk postal code.
Hey.
Yeah, you know, the only thing high risk about you is that dress you're wearing right now, Steph.
High risk for the fashion police.
Hello? Yes,
Hello.
I have to call in an offense.
AJ had like really good questions for us.
I just want to say this to you, Hannah. Do you know the feeling that when you hit a ball, like a golf ball, at the perfect angle, the perfect velocity? That feeling, that's what I just executed. So, good luck. Coming for your jobs, okay?
I'm a little nervous.
Bye, AJ.
Love y'all.
Cheers.
Funny. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Check-in From Away.
Happy.
Cheers!
I love your mug.
Well,
Both
thank
your
you.
mug and your mug.
Well, you know, you can buy your own at mervish.com/merch for this low dollar of what, $15? You could have this in your
Yeah, I
hand.
think it's $14.99.
And it's a special edition mug that's autographed by both Steffi and I.
I'm getting one then.